Champions Cup continues on Saturday. There are some key games here for some teams that need to pick up wins. I'm looking at Toulon, I'm looking at Lyon, and to be fair, Exeter as well. Teams who have not yet had a win. All these numbers, if you are wondering, wins, draws, and losses. Exeter, only 2 games in, but still yet to get that first win. Probably hasn't gone according to plan, but I guess we'll see if they're able to turn things around in this first game. So for this first game, yeah, Exeter hosting Gloucester. Like I said, Exeter, if they're going to get the ball rolling, it probably needs to be now. But then in terms of the table, they are 4th on 3 points, but Gloucester in 3rd are only 1 point ahead. So it's not like they're on 0, like some of the other teams actually are. So it's not dire straits yet, but a win would be very welcome. For Gloucester, it's going to be a pretty hard one for them going into Sandy Park to get a win. So it's probably not as much as a must win as it is for Exeter. Especially I think the last time they went to Sandy Park, it was only a couple of weeks ago, and they lost 23 points to 6. But then again, all the international guys are back now, so you never know what's going to happen. There have been a few team kind of shuffles around for Exeter. Devoto's back, and he is at 12. There's still a few. Moon's in, Steenson's in, Kovacic's in, Slade's in. There's a lot of big name players in the Exeter lineup. So as I said, they are going to be hard to beat. But yeah, they just haven't quite fired in Europe yet. For Gloucester, Ackerman, I always back him as a coach to do something innovative, but it's gonna be a tough one. Their side, Cipriani's starting, Hines is there, Honick's there, Savage is there. 12 Trees is on the bench, which is an interesting one. So is Woodward. I don't usually do predictions. I can't really see Gloucester going in and doing a job. What do the bookies say on this one? Exeter by 11. So it does look to be a pretty tough ask, but hey, as I said, in Europe, Exeter haven't really hit their full straps. So we'll see if they're able to get it done. It's definitely going to be a physical one for them. And yeah, both teams, although there's only 1 point separating them, need to start climbing up in that pool. So whoever gets a win is going to be on the front foot going forward. It should be an interesting watch. For the next one, Glasgow traveling across the channel over to Lyon. I believe from the last week of Glasgow's Pro 14 campaign, which I didn't see, but Dave Rennie has made a whole raft of changes to his team. I think it was possibly only 4 players surviving from last week. I guess that kind of makes sense. November's over, international guys are back, and everyone was getting ready for Europe this week, so perhaps some guys rested. But I mean, you look at this team, you got Van der Merwe still there, Hastings, Horn, Fraser Brown, Johnny Gray, Gibbons. There's that looks, is that a Stroma? Hugh Jones is on the bench, which is perhaps a bit surprising, but the majority of that Glasgow team is looking pretty much like their first string lineup. Obviously, being back in Europe is going to be an interesting one. Glasgow are on 5 points, which is good enough for second in their pool. Lyon in 4th with none, so yet to get going at all. It's definitely a must-win for them, being on no points, but it's not going to be easy, as I say. Bookies have got this one at evens. I checked 2 different bookies, and yeah, differently predicted to be a tight one. Glasgow, I'm more familiar with those players than I am the French guys, so I would definitely back them to do a job. But I mean, Lambert is back for Lyon from playing with the French side. Liam Gill's getting a start. Rudy Wolf's playing, so Boxis is there. That's going to be an interesting one. I think if Glasgow can get a win, that'll really put them on a good run going into the second half of the competition for the pool play anyway. The next one, and I am back in blue today with Leinster getting another run. They did suffer, I don't know if it was a shock defeat, but it was a defeat in their last game. So they will definitely be looking to bounce back. Bath, another one of those sides that just hasn't quite got a win yet. Yeah, a bit of controversy, well, embarrassment previously with them. So hopefully, well, Freddie Burns is not playing, but hopefully they can put in a shift here, because the last time Leinster played an English team in the Champions Cup, that was against Wasps, and it got pretty messy in that one. So Leinster are second in their pool on 6 points. Bath are in third on 4th. So, I mean, it's still at that point of the competition where nobody's out. But if you're on 6 points or 4 points, you still want to keep picking up points, because with, I think it's Toulouse in their pool, starting to, well, 2 wins from 2. You know, if they can get a win at Wasps, they could be really hard to catch. So both sides will definitely want to win. It's a pretty strong looking Leinster team, but I'll start with Bath. I mean, they got some of their big names there as well. Francois Lowe is playing. Thokana Singer, who had a really impressive time with England, he's in the lineup. Roberts is back, so he's going to cause problems in the midfield for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of guys in and about. Yeah, Rogataguni. Sorry for the pronunciation on that one, but yeah, Charlie Ewells. It's not going to be a pushover for that Bath team, but when you look at some of the guys like World Player of the Year, Johnny Sexton is there for Leinster. Lama's there. I think he was doubtful going into this one due to some injuries. James Lowe. Levy is back from an injury. I think he didn't play against the All Blacks because he wasn't 100%. But Van der Fleer played and he did well, so he is in the lineup. I mean, Furlong, Cronin, Healy. That is a very, very strong looking Leinster team. The bookies have got them by 13, which is, in terms of being the away team, that's a very, very favourable margin. So very confident the bookies are that Leinster are going to go across to Bath and get a win. In terms of competition, I'm hoping Bath can put something together, because in terms of the Premiership and Europe so far, it hasn't quite clicked, at least from the games that I have seen. The next one, I got 2 French teams, Toulon against Montpellier. It is surprisingly difficult to dig up information on the French games. Even the games where it's one of the English-speaking countries up against a French team, there's very little said about the French teams. And when it's 2 French teams, there's virtually nothing in terms of news. So I had to use a bit of French news with some Google Translate to see what these lineups were looking like. But in terms of these 2 lineups, yeah, Toulon haven't got a win yet, so it hasn't been the best. They are 1 point dead last and 4th. Montpellier 5 points in 3rd, so neither of them have really set the world alight here. It could be a tight one. I think the last time they met, Montpellier got the win, which was 29 points to 17. That was in October, so a wee while back now. But Montpellier should be the favourite for this one as well, but they are only favoured by a point, according to the bookies. In terms of lineups, you've got Julian Savia in the midfield. It's been a long time since I've seen Julian Savia play anywhere but the wing. Fekitoa is outside him. JP Peterson is in the back 3. So it's an interesting looking lineup. Liam Messham's at number 8, so there's a fair few Kiwis and South Africans in that lineup. Montpellier's got Hussein at number 10, because Cruden, again, I haven't been watching the top footing that much, but from what I've seen in the news reports, Cruden's not having the happiest time. I think did he hurt himself the other day? I'm not sure if he's back fit, but he's definitely not chosen for this one. Frans Steyn's at 15. Serfontaine is only good enough for the bench. So Yeah, again, Montpellier is another one, kind of like Bath, that's not doing that well domestically. I think they're in 9th in the top 14, so to do something in Europe would probably be nice for them here. But again, 1 point, the bookies have got this one being fairly tight. And the last one, Wasps hosting Toulouse. Jerome Kino is back for this one, so I think he served a bit of a ban. So that was for a hit on Jamie Roberts, which was, given what happened in November with some of the tackling technique, it was an interesting one that Jerome Kino got a 5-week ban and other players didn't get bans. But hey, Kino is back and he is in the side. For Wasps, LaRue is at fullback, so that's always good news. Sopawanga continues at 10. Shields is there, so all my Kiwi guys that I am fond of seeing play, no matter who they're playing for, are still there. But Daly's there as well. Harris, Cruz, there's a fair few big names in that Wasps team. I've been reading a bit about Wasps and a possible clear out of some of their players, so that's kind of a side story that we're watching with interest, but they've still got most of the big names there for this one, so let's hope that they can put in a good effort, because they are in 4th despite having 3 points. Another one of those teams without a win yet, and it's been all good for Toulouse so far, so they have only tasted victory. Their side, Colby is back as well, which is good. Marchand is there. As I said, Kino is playing, Elstad's playing, so there's there's a lot to look forward to. Again, another tight one. The bookies are only saying Wasps to get this one done, but only by the solitary point. So, according to the bookies, a lot of these games are going to be pretty tight, apart from perhaps Exeter and Leinster, who are apparently going to do fairly comfortable jobs over their opposition, but I guess we will see. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of these games I'm going to get to see, because there's 5 on. I've just finished watching the 2 Friday games, which were helpfully broadcast at exactly the same time, so it's hard to kind of schedule that. But yeah, I'll be interested to see how these games go, because as I said, if teams like Lyon, Toulon, if they go down, their road is looking much like the Scarlets one, like a pretty long way back. But yeah, Exeter definitely need a win. We'll see what happens. Leinster, can they bounce back? We will see. You guys let me know your thoughts on these games. How do you think they're going to go? Do you think the bookies have got these predictions right? Yeah, a lot of big names back from November, so it's going to be good to see them back in action. Yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.